Let's see here, got it. Oh well, what can I do?
I can't hear anything, Alex.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Whatever time zone you happen to be in, welcome to Leaders Worldwide Online Toastmasters Club. Our club mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Leaders Worldwide is designed for politicians, business leaders, nonprofit leaders, entrepreneurs, as well as anyone who wants to make their message heartfelt and authentic. Core values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence. We are Leaders Worldwide Toastmasters, where leaders are made.
And let's welcome our past president and Toastmaster of the day, Mr. Tala. It's all yours.
Thank
Where'd he go? Oh. Tala, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Got briefly cut off. Give me.
Okay. We will take a brief intermission before he gets his stuff going there.
All right.
There we.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Power outages and whatnot. So welcome everyone to another absolutely phenomenal meeting of Leaders Worldwide. And what gives me that idea that it will be a phenomenal meeting? Well, didn't you see the intro? Have you seen an intro like that of any club meeting? And believe it or not, our meetings live up to that intro. Today, it is a very special day for many people around the world because it is the first day, or in some countries, the second day of Ramadan. And Ramadan is where Muslims fast for an entire day. And this fasting discipline, interestingly, is present in so many religions around the world. And in the Muslim version, it is perhaps the easiest one. We fast from sunrise to sunset, and that's pretty much it. But at the same time, it can be the toughest one as well, because we have been told that God does not want you to stay hungry or thirsty. He wants you to stay faithful and beautiful and serving towards humanity and serving towards God. And if you're not going to do that, then I don't need you to be hungry and thirsty. And that are his exact words. So yeah, if you think about it, it's a pretty tough assignment. And It is my honor and privilege to open this meeting as the presiding officer and then conveniently welcome myself as Toastmaster of the day. So, today we are celebrating beauty of faith. That is, what is faith? Faith can mean so many things to so many people. But one thing is for sure, no matter what it is, in whom it is, how faithful it is beautiful. It is the source of beauty in this world. And I would like to open with a teeny tiny poem that I wrote. In fact, I wrote just half an hour or so ago. It is about God, but it can be about faith. It can be about your faith. It does not discriminate. So, here goes. He is not me and you. He is beyond. He is alone. He is legion. He is in a cocoon. And his truth is true. He is not me and you. He is patient, endlessly silent, galactically benevolent, and his love forever accrues. He is not me and you. He is cruel, but only for the evil that forever bubbles within me and you. He is small. He is huge. He is a quark. He is a black hole. He is me, and he is you. With this, we believe that, do we have any guests today with us? I believe we have Diana. Would you like to introduce yourself?
She's a member, Tyler, but we have someone, Rohan. Oh, we have guests, but he's no longer here. Okay. Sorry.
All right. So we pretty much have all members today. So, all right. Great. So without further ado, let's move on to the next segment, which is my favorite because it allows me to introduce my favorite role player. And that is Sally Reyes. And Sally Reyes is our grammarian and word master, our counter of the day. You wouldn't know it, but Sally Reyes is a far better speaker than she is a grammarian. It's a tragedy that she speaks so little. So next time, Sally, you're doing a speech, please. But right now, you are the grammarian, word master, and our counter. So over to you.
After her house is under construction.
Susie has been
Thank you
knee
so
deep in
much
construction.
in your faith in my other abilities, which I have not shown off recently. But thank you. I am greeting you, and the word of the day is ecstatic, by the way. And I think it's so suitable for our celebration of God in every way that we feel represents our love. And it's called Step Your Prayers.
No,
Sweat your
prayers.
excuse me.
It's dancing.
Sweat your prayers. And that's a great small definition for the ecstasy or ecstatic. And please use it whenever possible. I'll look forward to it. I also will be counting your ifs, ands, buts, so's, and the spaces that leave you trying to be creative and perhaps make mistakes. And we enjoy all the content that you have to bring us. Thank you.
Just to clarify, ecstatic dancing is sweat your prayers or 5 rhythms dancing. So ecstatic can be ecstatic dancing, ecstatic speaking, excited, happy, joyful, ecstatic. Back to you, Tal.
Thank you, Sally. And aren't we feeling ecstatic already? Thanks to that wonderful introduction and the divine side of two beautiful ladies sitting side by side. Thank you so much for that. And now we move on to our first speech.
We do.
And who is our first speaker? He is our reigning international speech contest champion. He will be presenting his speech from Effective Coaching, Level 3 elective, Connect with Storytelling, my favorite. And Alex is owner and lead trainer at Care First Training Group. Alex Bellish is deeply passionate about providing others with life-saving information. With over 30 years of experience in the field of first aid, CPR, and AED certification and training thousands of students, Alex possesses a strong understanding of his customers' needs and how they most effectively learn these life-saving techniques. In addition, he has been podcasting for many years on TV shows, as well as with his 8-year-old daughter doing book reviews. So salute to you, Toastmaster Alex, for whatever you do for us, and you're doing so much. Now, the speech time is 5 to 7 minutes, and I'll request the timer to display the timing cards for 5 to 7 minutes, if possible.
Unmute. So I know you can see me weird, but for the 5 to 7 minute speeches, at 5 minutes, I'm going to put up green. At
Yeah.
6 minutes, yellow. And then at 7 minutes, red, you'll have 30 seconds to wrap. And I don't mean to look like a ghost, but my screen's doing something really weird. So this is it. And then there you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So a little bit of a correction. As per the latest speech contest rules, you get disqualified at the 31st seconds. So technically you have 7 minutes and 30 seconds, 0.9999 to qualify. And Denise, you're not looking like a ghost. In fact, that is very cool. I'd like to emulate that. So, so
I'm a
everyone,
photographer, so I'm getting distracted, but I'm focused. So thank you. Back to you. Sorry.
yeah. So, so Toastmaster Alex will be evaluated by Cassandra Perbadian. His speech title is, just give me a second. Yeah. Everyone, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Alex Bellish. Why is one person so hard to change? Why is one person so hard to change? Alex Bellish.
It's a cold New Year's Eve in New York City. The ball is ready to drop. The excitement is in the air. And then there's a hush, a silence, so to speak, when the ball gets ready to come down. And all together, people say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. And you find yourself finding your special someone, hugging them, kissing them, texting the people that you love. My wife, who's Scottish, she gets the old pots and pans out and bangs all those bad things that go on, because this is a new year and anything is possible. This is your year. And then the next day, or earlier that day in this case, you wake up to the, why did I stay up so late? Did I have that extra drink? What? When is the Rose Bowl parade? Then you say to yourself, anything's possible? And why is 1% so hard to change? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, how much is 1% in change? Can you put it in a grocery bag? Can you put it on a shelf? Will it fit in a hard drive? All I know is January is the month of new beginnings, and it's sponsored by Dressing on the Side. I'll have ice with that. No, just water. And decaf grande latte. Skim, please. The dreaded New Year's resolution is something that we declare every year, and it stirs up these emotions that say, we're going to stick to it. But after a few weeks, days, or months, you have those two little voices. One says, we can do it. The other says, See, told you so. For me, I have simple goals. I just want to look down and be able to see my feet. I know that sounds really silly, but I'm trying to achieve my black belt in the next year. And I am on a mission to be one of those reality show stars. So where do I go? I go to the place that I can find anything, the University of YouTube. And like a tidal wave, I get information from this person and that person and this person. But then I find James Cleary, and his book, Atomic Habits, sums it up. If you can change just 1% each day, you'll be 37 times better at the end of the year. So for me, it's about those small adjustments. How could I go wrong? Less sugary drinks, more water, commit to stretching, no problem. But why is 1% so hard to change? Because life is a roller coaster. And it's not a box of chocolates. The problem is there's ups and downs and everything else. And the problem with roller coasters are I hate heights. Every time I'm ready to go, my wife has declared it is cookie season next week. Now, for those of you that don't know, Girl Scouts sell these wonderful cookies, and my daughter is one of the top pushers, sellers in the troop. And it's like a storm. It's like 4 or 5 feet high of sugary goodness, tempting me day and night, because my wife, of course, has to be the cookie mom. And then you ask yourself, why is 1% so hard to change? That's when that little voice comes into your head. Remember, you can do it, or you've been really good. You deserve that reward. But you got to stay focused. So what did I do? I put signs on my refrigerator and in my bathroom. I had to get rid of the instant gratification and worry about those marginal gains and not worry about the short-term things. It's about the long game. Also, I have to break those existing habits. Yes, as much as I want to go and stay up and hang out with my friends, I need to go to bed. Because if I'm in bed, I can't eat. If I can't eat, my body will recover. Also, looking at my social aspect, making sure I go to karate 3 days a week. Like a rock that's being dripped with water, I have to carve this thing out. But you say, why is it so hard? Because the bar keeps moving. That 1% starts here and it works its way up like a ladder. So as much as I hate the roller coasters, I need to learn to bite my tongue, close my eyes, and when I go up those hills or go down them, ride it out. So I challenge all of you. You must outwork the greatest opponent that you have, which is yourself, and become the best version of yourself, whatever you decide to do. And if you do that, the sky's the limit. Because the fact is, the only fear that we have is fear itself. By Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And this was a man that was in a wheelchair and became president and was one of our greatest presidents in America. So get that stinking thinking out and start doing the work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alex. What a wonderful speech. Please put 1 minute on the clock for the evaluation.
Time.
Thank you so much. 1 minute is over. Now it's time to move towards our second speaker, and our second speaker is Toastmaster Diana Ordonez. And please correct me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, most likely.
No,
Toastmaster-
Ordonez is fine.
Sorry.
You had it right. Thanks.
Oh. I'm thrilled. Thank you so much. Diana Ordonez is a certified high performance coach and board certified coach with a master's in industrial organization psychology. Formerly a successful product manager director, Diana's journey took a transformative turn through a series of tragic losses. Her transformation and reinvention has led her to live a thriving life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Now, as a life coach, Diana guides leaders to navigate life's complexities intentionally. Today, she will share insights on impactful decision making and crafting a purposeful life. And all these intros and your skill set and your experiences just makes me think we should be grateful you guys are not charging for your speeches. Fortunately, Toastmaster forbids that. Otherwise, I really feel we should be paying, because the knowledge that we get is a product of your hardships, your education. Today, Diana will be delivering her speech from Leadership Development, Level 1, Evaluation and Feedback 2. In this project, Diana has performed a speech before, and she has received some feedback. And this is her task, to implement that feedback in either that same speech or in a different speech. Everyone, please put your hands together for Diana Ordonez. How to get more done. How to get more done, Diana Ordonez.
Thank you. In 2018, I was at the peak of my product management career. I was about to launch my product concept. I was leading multiple teams, and I was speaking at major conferences. At home, I had a loving and supportive husband and a beautiful baby girl. On the surface, everything seemed perfect. I should have been happy, and yet I was feeling so unfulfilled, caught up in this endless cycle of routine chaos. I thought, I need to find a way to get more done, right? Then, in 2020, I lost my husband to COVID-19. And I realized that for all those years, when I thought I needed to find a way to get more done, I just needed a way to make the most of my time. Now, as a high performance coach, I empower leaders to regain the clarity and the confidence to thrive in their careers rather than survive without postponing their true desires. And today, I'm going to be sharing 4 essential steps to make the most of your time so you can get more done that often get overlooked. The first step is setting aside time to develop a clear vision. When we're in survival mode, we forget to set aside the time to really think and reflect on what is truly important, to assess all areas of our lives and connect with the desire for what we see in the future, not just next week, next month, next year, but 10 years from now, and determine who do we have to become to step into that version of ourselves that has that life that we truly desire. Once we have that vision, not to leave it alone, but understand that it actually will evolve with time, and continuing to set aside time to think and reflect. Once you've developed a clear vision, you can make better decisions about what your priorities are. And when you set your priorities, it's important that in that second step, when you're setting your priorities, you're not only making lists for your priorities, but you're understanding how to set aside the time in your calendar to really assess where that time needs to be applied. Setting the time aside first for your non-negotiables, exercise, nutrition, sleep, the things that will keep you replenished, excited, and to be creative and energized to work on those goals, to set aside time for your loved ones, because in the end, that's what's truly most important. And once you've set that time in your calendar, assess what's left for your other goals. And that will give you a clearer perspective on how much time you actually have. And then once you've determined not only what are your priorities and your vision, you have to protect those non-negotiables and protect the one thing that's going to drive you closer to your vision by asking yourself empowering questions like, what is the one thing that's going to make everything else easier or completely unnecessary? It's not just about getting things done off your to-do list. It's about doing the things that are going to get you to your goals faster, more effectively, more efficiently, the things that are going to actually matter. So you've set a clear vision and set your priorities, but you have to protect your energy. Not only are you setting the priorities and setting the boundaries in your calendar, it's about then keeping the promises to yourself so that you can develop the confidence that you're moving towards your vision, committing to those boundaries by understanding that sometimes you won't get done what you want to get done within the time that you've allotted for yourself, and not compromising that boundary, but then setting aside a new time in your calendar to complete the task. You can't be everything to everyone. By being clear on your boundaries, you're actually being kind to others, not only in your personal lives, but at your workplace, by communicating what's important to you and how you will be setting aside the time to commit to those things that are important. You're setting expectations for how you're going to behave and for how you're going to respond to certain requests. And lastly, you need to have unstoppable courage. Once you have a clear vision, you understand not only what's most important to you, and you've developed the time to understand what steps are going to get you there, but you have to understand that the steps that you take on that path could be much larger than you can imagine. Removing those limiting beliefs. Most of us are actually underestimate what we can get done in 10 years and overestimate what we can get done in 1 year. If we're able to really step in courage about how we get to our goals, what are the steps that are going to make the biggest impact? What's that one thing that you can do that is going to propel you in the right direction in all areas of your life? What is that habit that you can create? And then stepping in courage by not limiting yourself, not telling yourself what you can and can't do. That is when you start to make the moves that are going to change you and transform you. That is when you're going to push yourself beyond what you ever thought was imaginable. So I hope that serves you today. And you really think about, are you making the most of your time, or are you just trying to get more things done? Thank you.
Thank you so much. 1 minute silence for the Thank you so much. Hands up. And now it is time for our third speaker. Our third speaker is Cassandra Garbadian. And we all know her very well because she is an integral part of Leaders Worldwide. She's a four-time Amazon best-selling author and travel enthusiast, a passionate Toastmaster who's been working on becoming a distinguished Toastmaster for 2 years. Cassandra has been a style consultant, CEO, and the owner of Making Statements in Style for over 15 years. She has a unique skill and an approach to dressing women and men in apparel and accessories that will elevate their style and confidence. She approaches beauty from the inside out. A former runway model, she is sashayed from San Francisco by Bay Catwalk to the catwalks of the fashion houses of Milan, Italy. She studied fashion design in San Francisco and worked side by side her mother, Georgia Franklin, a former head seamstress at Levi Strauss Co. San Francisco. An entrepreneur in her own right, she continues to be Cassandra's mentor and inspiration. How beautiful is that? What an amazing story. And I absolutely enjoy and relish it every time. It restores my faith in humanity. Today, Cassandra will be presenting her level 5 speech, Prepare to Speak Professionally, the big one, the keynote speech. And in this, the speaker will practice making a longer speech that is engaging and meaningful. So everyone, please put your hands together for Cassandra's keynote speech. How to turn an outfit into a signature look, into a brand. How to turn an outfit into a signature look, into a brand. Cassandra Garbadian. And sorry, the timing for this is 18 to 22 minutes. So that means that 18 minutes is green, 20 is yellow, and 22 is red. I hope that's clear, Denise. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. 18
Can
green.
Denise, you are in the front, right? Okay, your hand's up. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
she's raised her hand. So yeah,
Okay.
make sure you can see her. All
Okay,
right.
sounds
I
good.
So
have
everyone,
blue behind me. Cassandra, I have like a vertical blue. I look like I'm a ghost, so that's me.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay,
So
perfect.
Thank you.
show what your
all right.
like.
Everyone, we give you Cassandra Garbadian. And once again, how to turn an outfit into a signature look into a brand. How to turn an outfit into a signature look into a brand. Cassandra Garbadian. Over to you, madam. Lead us away.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. How many of you have a signature look? And what I mean by that is you go into a store, you see an outfit, you take it off the rack. It's a billion outfits that look the same. They have a size 5, 7, 10, 12, and so on. They all look the same. But a signature look is one that's unique to you. You make that outfit one that's your own, that's unique only to you. Now, how are you going to make it unique only to you? Do you take it to the seamstress where they cinch it in so it's a tailored look just for you? Do you make it your own by having a signature, something that's unique only to you? People know you by. Cassandra wears a charm bracelet all the time, or Cassandra wears a scarf around her head most of the time, or Cassandra's favorite color. What's unique to you? that one can say is your signature look. That's what I mean by a signature look. So you can take it off the rack. You can have it tailored just for you so that it fits you. That could be signature. Or it can be your own color, a color that looks great on you so that it brings out your coloring, your eye color, your pigmentation, a color that looks great on you so it brings out your color. It pops, makes you look great. Or you can wear your jewelry, something that's unique, people know you by. Or if you have a shoe fetish, which I do, I have to be honest, that you can always wear a certain shoe, that it maybe it's a shoe that laces up around the ankle. Or if you're a gentleman, you may have a certain tie cuff or a certain watch you may wear. So there's things that's unique to you. Now, to take it a step further, how do you take it from an outfit to a signature look to a brand? What's a brand? If you're an entrepreneur or if you're a speaker, what's unique to your brand? Something that people know your business by. Or if you're a speaker, something knows if you're a speaker, knows you by your brand as being a professional speaker. So those categories, you can switch from being an outfit to your signature look to your brand. And that can be if you are a influencer, so to speak. You may have heard the word influencer, where people pay you according to how you can bring people in that follow you under your brand as being an influencer. People who follow you. Oh, Cassandra is an influencer, that meaning that people will follow me after that particular brand. So now, as a speaker, you want people to be able to know you as being professional, know you as being the person that, if you're a speaker and you're speaking on, say, use DeMarie, for example, domestic violence, and you're professional as an expert in the field, you want to be able to be legitimate as such. So when you go in to talk to people, you want them to know you as being that professional. So you wouldn't want to go in all the time in your blue jeans and a t-shirt. You want to be respectable. You want people to know you as such, as that professional. So you want to dress the part. Not in a t-shirt, not in blue jeans, but as that person that they can look at. Perception, right? You want to be that person that they can say, she's that professional woman. So you have to dress the part. Because what is it? First impressions are lasting impressions. Just as the person that wouldn't want to go to, say, an accountant that And people know that accountants, they look the part, as in they dress like an accountant. You can spot them a mile away. But you wouldn't want that person to dress, say, in flip-flops and look like they just came off the beach. So you want to be congruent. You want your look to follow through as if you were in that particular chosen field. Because people look at you a certain way, because that's what their eye is trained to do. They are looking to see, does it match? Does the perception of what they're saying that they are, does it actually match to what I'm seeing? So in order to do that, you have to be able to play the part. You have to look the part. You have to speak the part. You have to be and give the information as such. Because people want the total package. And if you're not believable, you're not giving them that, then they're not buying it. So as far as as an image consultant, it is my job to make you appear to be the total package. And it is your job as the individual to give your customer that image, that illusion that you are the total package. From what you're saying to them, as well as the visual, what you're presenting to them visually. And that's where the image consultant comes into play. Some people use an image consultant because of time. They don't have the time to shop. Some people use it because they don't like shopping. Others use it because they just don't know where to start. They don't know how to pick out. They don't know what's good for their coloring. They don't know which items to pick. They don't know anything about textiles as far as the type of material to use. Some materials put on added weight because they're too heavy, meaning with the fibers that are used, like wools and gabardines and so forth, some are too thin, too flowy. So it depends on what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you're going to use it for, what part of the body that you're going to actually lay it. If it's going to be like a top, you can use something that's much thinner at the top, not see-through, but thin as in weight, how you want it to flow, if it's going to be nice fluid sleeves, or how you want it to, the bodice, how do you want it to flow? So it depends on what your needs are and where you want the item to, how you want it to hit. So these are all the things as an image consultant that I discuss with my client. The use, how we're going to use it, what areas they want to use for, which areas do we want to, I say camouflage, and which areas that we want to enhance, and which areas that we want to sort of like decrease and sort of hide, so to speak. Okay, so let's take it from where is it that we want to go with this? We normally start with what a customer has in their closet because we don't want to just scratch everything that they have in the closet because we want to try to use some of the basic items that they already have because things are expensive and you don't always want to just trash and start all over. So there's core pieces in every wardrobe. You want to get your primary colors, which are your blacks, your browns, your navies, your beiges, and you can always use those because you can always interchange those items. And you always want to have like your pants, your tops, key pieces, blazers, pants, tops, blouses, and you can use like two of each so that you can interchange those pieces. And the reason why I say that is because you can always add to those key functional pieces. And this is for men as well as for women. So those are your key core pieces. And then you can always add color to those main foundation core pieces. And this is for your summer, spring, all through the seasons. And then once you have those pieces in place, you add through, you weave in other pieces to your core. And the same applies with your accessories. Accessories, accessories, accessories. That will take you all the way through any wardrobe. That will change any wardrobe. You can have a couple of pieces and accessories will change from head to toe just by having some earrings for a woman, for earrings, a necklace, and a bracelet will change the way an outfit looks. Now, for men, just by having your watch and a cufflink, some cufflinks, and your watch, and you're good. Oh, and a tie. Your wardrobe will change just by having your nice, a couple of white shirts and a couple of colored shirts. And you can change the way a suit looks just by changing the color of your shirt and a tie. Your main thing is making sure that your suit is fitted, tailored correctly. You would like to make sure that you're here, right at your wrist, that your sleeves are coming down as such. So when you're, I don't know if you can see me here, but right here, so when you're walking, that it reaches here, that your cufflinks are showing, that your shoes are always nice and polished, that your heels on your shoes are not run down, that your shoes are not scuffed, that you have nice socks on, and that you're always nice and groomed, and that you're nice and clean and your shoes are polished and like I said, and that you have a nice haircut. Because we're always looking to make sure that a man is groomed, shoes polished, and he's clean. Oh, and he has a nice watch on. Now, for women, a nice handbag, heels on her shoes are not making that clicky click sound when the tips of the heel has worn down and you hear that nail hitting the pavement. That's not a good sound or look. We want to make sure that there's no undergarment showing. We want to make sure that you're well manicured, and you want to make sure that the length of your dress or skirt is appropriate for your height. And you want to make sure it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be labeled designer down. That's not the objective here that we're looking at. We're just making sure that you are well maintained and that you're presentable. It doesn't have to mean that you're designer down. That's not the objective here. Once again, it's about being put together, poised, and confident. The word is confident in what you're, and how you're presented, and what you're wearing, and how you carry, exude who you are, and how you're carrying yourself. It's not about the labels. It's not about the designer. It's about who you are as a person. I used to always say, it's not the designer. It's not about who you're wearing. It's how you're wearing the outfit. The clothes shouldn't wear you. You should wear the clothes. I've seen many of people wearing $5,000, $10,000 outfit, but it looked like the clothes were wearing them because they didn't have the confidence to wear the garment. It just looked like a whole bunch of labels wearing them, and they were just, but when you're confident, you move, you glide. It's about you and not about the garments. So the next time you're in the store, try them on. Try those labels on and see the difference. Are they wearing you or are you wearing them? How do you feel when you put something on? Are you moving with the beat of your own drum within? Or is it the outfits that are wearing you? How do you feel? Are your shoulders pulled back? Is your head pulled up? Do you get a sense of who you are as a woman, as the man, when you put on this? Are you moving from outfit to your signature style to your brand? Because this is what it's all about. When they put the Oscars on, who do you think that's dressing these? It's all about the intention. What do you want from this? What are you getting from this? It's like when you hire a marketer for your business, or you hire a graphic artist, or you hire an accountant. It's because you don't know that part of it, the business, or you don't have time for that part of the business, but you still need that aspect in order to get the full effect of while you're in business. You need that aspect in order to get the full effect of why you're in business. So the next time you think about it, you're in business because you have that aspect. So let's do it. You may need that image consultant. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll surely be looking at the recording because all I see is free fashion advice from someone with all the credentials. Eat your heart out, Oscars and Met Gala, because at Leaders Worldwide, you not only get to see stylish dressers, but you also get to learn how they do it. I bet no club can boast this. So thank you so much, Cassandra, for putting your heart and soul into the speech. And 1 minute silence for the evaluator.
Time.
Thank you so much, Madam Timer. And now we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is calling the journal evaluator. And today our journal evaluator is none other than Toastmaster D. Marie Shai King. So over to you, Toastmaster D. Marie.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 3 phenomenal speeches. Absolutely. But before I dive into what we have to do, I'd like to have Denise explain the timing for our evaluators who will be evaluating the speeches.
The evaluations are 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'm going to put up green. At 2.5 minutes, yellow, and at 3 minutes, red, which you'll have 30 seconds to wrap. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much for that, Denise. And our first evaluator will be evaluating our first speaker. And our first speaker was Alex. And our evaluator is Cassandra Garabedian. Cassandra, you have the mic.
Alex, oh my goodness. What a phenomenal speech. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. You said it with such enthusiasm. You took us all back to New Year's. I was there with you. I was there with you when you said about your wife, who is from different country and her religion, not religion, but her tradition. It was awesome. You also gave us examples of your questions. Why? Why did I? Why did I drink too much? Why did I stay up so long? Why did I eat too much? All these questions you pose. And then the New Year's resolution, we all have those. Your gestures were great. You also gave us the example with your black belt. You gave us the gestures of having to make those adjustments, small adjustments. You gave us the examples with the cookies about having those small things to creep up that want to get in the way of your plans for trying to keep those New Year's resolutions and trying to keep your keep your resolutions to trying to keep your resolutions for your one percenters for making that change and trying to stick to it and trying to stay focused and trying to keep that instant gratification down. But those things still tried to creep in. But you had a tactic for that. The social aspects you talked about. And the bar kept moving. But you kept in stride, Alex. And you said you were going to ride it out. And you became more involved and you wanted to, you said the best version of yourself. You wanted to keep that best version of yourself. And you gave us a quote by Franklin D. Roosevelt. All in all, Alex, it was a great speech. Keep at it.
Thank you.
Thank you for that evaluation. And Alex was listening intently. I could see that. Our next evaluator is going to be Alex Baelish, and he is going to evaluate Diana Ordonez. You have the mic.
Wanted to make sure I was unmuted. Diane, I love the speech. I love the title, How to Get More Done. You set it up really well. I've heard the speech before. And what was nice about it is, you did improve upon it. And I think that you really set the table with the story. And I think that's an important thing that you need to do. Denise, the thing is red.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just wanted to let you know because I think that your vocal variety was very good. I love the fact that you said 4 points. So the listener knew what's to be expected. That's something I'm going to steal. That said, your transitions were good between the points and the examples. I think that was something that you don't need to work on it, but if you wanted to, you could always work on it. You know what I mean? But it was really well done. In terms of things that you should work on, and I know you're going to be like, duh, you should. I'm a firm believer in standing up. And I know you have a special situation right there with there's more stuff crammed in there and whatever else. But when you stand up, you can speak in better vocal variety. I saw you were using your hands because you're from New Jersey, but I wanted to be able to see that. And I think that that's an important thing with you have this box and really use all of the real estate in the box. You can really sway and do all that other stuff that we like to do with emotion with that box. If there's something that you should really work on is the beginning of your speech really well, and you had great eye contact, and you were looking down at your notes a lot at the end. And I'm not here to say you shouldn't have notes. I'm saying bring the notes up, get a teleprompter, do something so you don't have to look as far down. That's all. I mean, it's a little thing. I really hope you develop this speech if you haven't already decided to do that, because I think this could be a keynote for you and your business. And it looks like that's what you want it to be. And I really hope that, you've had a lot of changes in your life, and to really document it in a speech would be a great thing. All in all, I really think the tweaks that you have to do are really subtle, but I think that once you get them going, I think you'll have a even better speech.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Well, now that you have given her evaluation, I can say this. I've never seen Diana smile as much as she did today. When I complimented her during the 1 minute, I had to tell her the speech was great and so was your smile. I don't know where that came from. I think that what happens, Diana, as you progress as a speaker, you get more comfortable. And when you're so uptight, not sure what you need to say next, a smile is the last thing you think about until you finish the speech. It's like, oh, but I saw that. So yes, I have to compliment your smile. And let me just say that I am ecstatic. I didn't know that I'd get to use the word, but I'm ecstatic about the meeting because we have had 3 phenomenal speeches. But I won't spoil that because you have to evaluate the third speaker. But the meeting is turning into something that's causing me to be ecstatic. And our third evaluator is Cynthia, who's going to be evaluating Cassandra Garabedian. Cynthia, you have the mic.
So much. Cassandra, do you want to turn your video on so I can see you while I evaluate you? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Madam GE. Wow, I'm ecstatic too. This is an awesome meeting. 3 phenomenal speeches, and I loved your speech, Cassandra, and I love the way you look with your hair, and you've got just simple monochrome, and then you've got a different color for pop, and I like the word that you used, pop, when you talked about how to make yourself pop. I love the title of your speech. Let me read it again because wow, it's really great. Let me see. Okay. Viewers, speaker number 3. How to turn an outfit into a signature look and turn a signature look into a brand. Wow, 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 wow. It sequences up. So I love this choice of your words. I love the way you looked, and I love the way you presented yourself, and you were sometimes moving, you were strutting your stuff, and you moved and strutted your stuff, and that really helped bring us in. And I loved how you gave us a question in the beginning. You said, how many of you have a signature outfit? The only thing I would tweak with that is say, do you have a signature outfit? Rather than how many of you makes us think about all the people that are out there instead of us. If you ask us the question, then we can go deep within. I love that this was your professional speech. You're prepared to speak professionally with a longer speech, 20 minutes. And that can be a little difficult. Like, how do you swallow an elephant? One bite at a time. So I would recommend breaking it down, maybe 3 segments. 3 is always good, easier for us humans to understand. But break it down into 3 segments and maybe do a 5-minute speech and practice that as a 5-minute speech, 3 separate speeches. So you have it really down and engaging. You've got your questions for your audience, and then you could string them together with a phenomenal opening and a phenomenal closing. And that will really make your signature speech pop. Back to you, G.
Thank you so much for that evaluation, Cynthia. And now that you have said what you had to say, I was sitting here on pins and needles because I was watching Cassandra go through and she was managing it so well. It was like, oh my goodness. And I actually have timed everybody's speeches, so I was timing hers as well. And I'm watching the minutes tick away, and I thought, she's got this. She has got this. Because I can tell you that 20-minute speech is overwhelming. 18 to 22 minutes, that's a lot. That is a lot. But we have seen some phenomenal things today. I'm ecstatic about the meeting. And now I will move into my general evaluation portion. We got started just a few minutes late because there were some decisions about this or that. The sound didn't come up, just little technical issues, but it was not a really serious thing. Everybody was in position. The roles that we had decided to go with were filled. Because of the 3 speeches, and especially the 18 to 22-minute speech, we did not have a table topic session, which I miss a lot because I always love table topics and everybody knows that. But I'm ecstatic about the overall tenure of the meeting. Tyler was here, and I always like his presence, and he was our Toastmaster of the day. Sally was here as our grammarian, and she's always there in terms of throwing something at us that we have to reach back. I actually had to look up the definition, Sally, of ecstatic and make sure that I was spelling it right, okay? So it's been a phenomenal meeting. I think that by increasing our time to an hour and a half, it's allowing us to get the speakers in. And the most important thing in any club is allowing the speakers an opportunity to get the training that they need in order to move through pathways and accomplish all the things that go along with that. And as you see throughout the district, everything that we do, the DECA meeting, everything speaks to pathways, levels completed, who's doing this, are we speaking? Because we're representing the club, we're representing ourselves. And when we can band together and do what we did today, we're also representing Toastmasters International in a very positive way. I see that we have one visitor, and I can't wait to hear what he thinks about where we are and what we did at this meeting today. And I will finish up by allowing our grammarian to give us her report. Sally, you have the mic.
Thank you so much. You always are a delight to hear, and especially as you use the word of the day, ecstatic, 4 times. Cynthia, 1. I don't think people were used to such an unusual word, but the words that I picked up, the most important one that I've heard today is important. And I noticed that many people drop the last third of the enunciating. So sometimes you don't get the power of how important this speech that I'm trying to give means. So look at that word and try it on, because they drop the end of the word. And it's a powerful word. And I'm sorry, I just get a delight out of finding these words and then realizing the manipulation of what we can do to lean forward, to emphasize so that we win. And I loved certain words. One from Diana, routine care. As a personal image, I think routine care is fantastic. And then she also used courage and boundaries and reflections and confidence, all of which can we start acting these out because we have a richer life immediately. So Oh, I had a question for Alex. And one was, why do people make noise or on New Year's? I don't think that we realize
To get all the bad
tradition.
juju out, to get all the bad stuff out from the previous year. I
Oh,
said that. Guess you got to get the wax out of your ears, or I have to get my voice checked because
But
I got to say it louder.
that little sentence in there, because
No,
I didn't
well,
realize what that's for,
a
is
little
to
more clear.
chase
I didn't
away.
say it well enough. I have to
Chase
say it better.
away
Thank you.
bad spirits or chase away the ugly stuff from last year.
You got it.
Maybe say something like that. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I
chase
think it
away.
would be funny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Sally. I always love to hear you do your grammarian's report. And now we will go to Diana with the timers report so that we can see where we were with our speeches and everything. Diana, I'm sorry, Denise.
Thank you, D. Ray, or D. Marie. I'm D. Ray. Thank you, D. Marie. All speeches were within time. Speaker number 1, Alex, was 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Speaker number 2, Diana, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Speaker number 3, Cassandra, 22 minutes and 15 seconds. And then the evaluations were all within time. Thank you. Back to you, D. Marie.
And can you see what happens when something gets out of kilter? I called Denise Diana, and she went right on and called me shoe fly. I mean, it snowballs. So when things don't go well, it snowballs. But guess what happens when it does go well? It's contagious. It's an ecstatic occasion. So that's what we've had today. And I will turn this back over to the Toastmaster of the day, Tala.
And I'm standing in for Tala. I know that I don't look like him, but he's ecstatically celebrating his Ramadan
Oh, okay.
and celebrating his faith. So I will do the closing remarks for him. I'll start with our guest. Today, sorry, we didn't have table topics. We didn't have time for it, but we definitely have time for you to introduce yourself and to say what your experience was. How did you like today? And is there any table topic answer you want to give us? Rohim.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, it's 12:50 in the night at India here, and luckily I was in night shift. I'm working as a security officer, and today it's my night round. So I was lucky to get, you can say, blessed in disguise. So other day I had attended that meeting while I was coming to our site in the bus, and today I was happened to be at the office. So I was just wondering how to spend this 8 hours in the night. So, what can be the best occasion to attend a meeting? That's a global presence with the complete this. So, to be very frank, I enjoyed the speeches from all the three speakers, and the evaluations were good. But some, it said that feedback it should not be always goody goody because feedback is the breakfast of the champions, as somebody has said. So I think, what I feel, it's my personal opinion, I may be wrong as well. So in evaluations, what I observe, what we do in our clubs, we do good part. What was the good part? Why it was good? Like I really like the Cynthia's evaluation style. What was good? Why it was good? And why it was not so good? And what was not so good? What were the suggestions to improve on those things? So I think I'll not quote the names, but in past meeting also, I've observed that some people just quoted the speech in their evaluation. So I think that can be one suggestion for all the speakers. And I'm not here to give any lecture on this, but I felt that it should be a part so that feedback is a balance between the good and not so good. And the last summary should be there. So overall, I enjoyed all the three speeches, and I'm ecstatic. I hope I'm pronouncing it this correctly. to be a part of this meeting. Yeah. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day or Toastmaster Cynthia.
Thank you,
Thank-
thank you. Really good feedback. And we like to say the strengths, the stretch goals, and a challenge. And I didn't give a challenge today to our lovely speaker, Cassandra. That would have been good. And a summary. A summary is a little hard to remember all the points that you made, but the summary is really important, especially if you're in evaluation contest, because it's 15 points. That's the difference between the first and second place winner. I think we had one more guest, Bala. Yes, TM Bala. Would you like to share your experience and who you are? I think you're a first-time guest. I'm not sure. And Rohan, I know that you have been on our show before, so it's great to have you back. Bala? Bala?
I really didn't. I really did not want to come on camera because
Okay.
I'm not very formally dressed. Like I'm still on
It's
camera. If you
for
can
you.
see me,
We know. No problem.
if you can see me, I'm just in a t-shirt kind of thing. But definitely, I will not give a comment. I wanted to know. I'm not visible on camera, is it?
No, now you are. Yes. Hi.
There you are.
Oh, late at night even. Amazing.
Sorry, I'm sorry for that. I did not realize that my laptop camera was on off actually. But definitely, I wanted to join this meeting to have a quick look at what's happening in terms of the speeches. I got a bit late, then I thought I will just join for the table topics. Again,
Yeah,
as
have
it
them
went,
today. We
I,
and one
no,
was
again, as it went, I think I got late. That's okay, but wonderful. I felt means with the way that say Toastmaster Rohin was summing it up. I really loved it, and I would say one thing to Toastmaster Cynthia and Toastmaster Sally. That particular thing behind you is there are fragile things.
what was
There's
that?
a fragile.
Fragile?
There is something fragile. If you look behind you, I don't know what is that. That there's a
Oh,
fragile thing.
that's a closet door. And yeah,
Not
there's
at all.
actually
I
a
just
box of chairs. We're under
yeah,
construction in this
Yes.
house.
see, that's what happens. See, when in our speeches, something gets our attention, something in our background gets our attention. This got my attention,
You're absolutely
and
right.
that's what
A good background is always important.
Background check.
Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you coming. And we're going to end our session now, and we're going to turn it over to our after party.